Your mechanic pops the hood, takes one look, and boom, he already knows you're about to drop $4,200 in repairs over the next few months. You're scrolling Instagram in the waiting room, and your mechanic's already spotting problems you didn't even know were a thing. Thing is, these mechanics aren't using any special tools or tricks. They just know exactly what to look for during a quick visual check that most drivers never think to do. The crazy part? You can learn these same tricks in 15 minutes. The stuff that separates people who catch problems early from those who get blindsided by massive repair bills. A simple oil change can reveal a $20 fix before it becomes an $1,800 disaster. Today, we are exploring the exact 10-point check that all qualified mechanics perform when changing oil, what they're looking for, where they are looking, and how you can identify these issues before they become costly disasters. Don't skip number 7. It could be the reason your car smells weird or why you're slowly breathing in engine fumes. This is not about turning you into a mechanic, it's about helping you catch stuff early before it turns expensive. Welcome to Built-in Boost, where we break down the hype, cut through the marketing, and give you the real story behind the badge. If you'd rather spend $50 now than $2,500 later, hit that like button. Let's break down what real mechanics actually look for. Tip number 1, air filter condition. What mechanics check. Every good mechanic pulls out your air filter during oil changes because it's your engine's lungs. This rectangular or round filter sits in a black plastic box and catches all the dirt, dust, and debris before it enters your engine. Think of it like the filter on your home AC unit. It gets nasty fast. Mechanics know a dirty filter chokes your engine and lets harmful particles slip through. What it costs if ignored? A clogged air filter drops your gas mileage by 20%, costing you an extra $300 per year at the pump. But here's the real pain. Dirty filters let contaminants into your engine, causing premature wear that leads to $2,500 to $4,000 in engine damage. Your engine basically eats dirt until it dies. How you can check it yourself. Pop your hood and find the black air box, usually rectangular. Unclip the top, pull out the filter, and hold it up to sunlight. If you can't see light through it, or it's dark and oily, replace it. A $15 filter now bets a $3,000 engine later. Tip number 2, battery terminals. What mechanics check. Mechanics always eyeball your battery terminals because they are the heart of your electrical system. These metal posts connect your battery to everything in your car: starter, alternator, lights, radio, everything. They check for that white, green, or blue crusty buildup that forms when acid vapors from your battery react with the metal. Smart mechanics also wiggle the cable connections to make sure they're tight, because loose connections kill batteries and alternators fast. What it costs if ignored? Corroded terminals create electrical resistance that makes your alternator work 3 times harder to charge your battery. This burns out your alternator in about 18 months instead of 5 years. That's a $450 to $750 replacement. Plus, bad connections mean your battery won't hold a charge, leaving you stranded with a $150 battery replacement and $120 tow truck bill. How you can check it yourself. Open your hood and look at your battery posts. See white, green, or crusty stuff? That's corrosion eating your connections. Try wiggling the cables. They shouldn't move at all. Clean it with baking soda and water. Tip number 3, fluid leaks under the car. What mechanics check. Pro mechanics always walk around and look under your car when it's on the lift. They're hunting for any wet spots, stains, or active drips because fluids are your car's lifeblood. They check for engine oil, black or brown, coolant, green, pink, or orange, transmission fluid, red, brake fluid, clear or yellowish, and power steering fluid, red or amber. Each fluid leaks from different spots, so mechanics know exactly where to look based on the color and location. What it costs if ignored? Small leaks turn into big problems fast. A minor oil leak can drain your engine, causing $3,000 to $6,000 in engine damage. Coolant leaks lead to overheating and a $2,500 head gasket replacement. Brake fluid leaks? That's a safety issue that could cost lives, plus $800 in brake system repairs. Transmission leaks mean $2,800 for a rebuild. How you can check it yourself. Park on clean concrete or your driveway for a few hours, then look for any wet spot or stains under your car. Put a large piece of cardboard under your car overnight to catch any drips. This makes it way easier to see what's leaking. Different colors tell different stories. Black or dark brown spots mean engine oil. Bright green or orange means coolant. Red fluid is usually transmission or power power steering fluid, and clear or light yellow is brake fluid. Tip number 4. Belts and hoses. What mechanics check: experienced mechanics squeeze and inspect every belt and hose under your hood because these rubber parts keep your engine running. They check the serpentine belt that runs your alternator, power steering, and AC compressor for cracks, fraying, or glazing. They also squeeze radiator hoses, heater hoses, and vacuum lines looking for soft spots, bulges, or brittleness. These rubber components deteriorate from heat and age, and mechanics know they fail without warning. What it costs if ignored: when your serpentine belt snaps, you lose power steering, charging, and AC instantly. That's a $150 to $300 tow plus $80 for the belt replacement. Burst radiator hoses cause overheating that destroys head gaskets for $2,200. Failed vacuum hoses create rough idling and poor performance that will have you chasing $500 in diagnostic fees at the shop. How you can check it yourself: look for cracks, shiny spots, or fraying on belts. Squeeze hoses. They should feel firm, not mushy or rock hard. If you see cracks or feel soft spots, replace them. A $25 hose today prevents a $2,500 overheating disaster tomorrow. Tip number 5. Fluid levels. Check. What mechanics check: smart mechanics pull out multiple dipsticks and check reservoir levels because low fluids kill expensive parts fast. They check engine oil with the dipstick, coolant in the overflow tank, brake fluid in the master cylinder reservoir, power steering fluid, windshield washer fluid, and transmission fluid, if accessible. Each fluid has minimum and maximum lines, and mechanics know that running low on any of these means trouble is coming. They also look at fluid color and consistency to spot contamination or breakdown. What it costs if ignored: low engine oil destroys your engine in minutes. That's $5,000 for a replacement. Low coolant causes overheating and blown head gaskets for $2,500. Low brake fluid means brake failure and potential accidents, plus $600 in brake system repairs. Low power steering fluid burns out the pump for $450, and dirty transmission fluid leads to $3,200 transmission rebuilds. How you can check it yourself: pull the engine oil dipstick when the engine is cool, wipe it clean, reinsert it, then check the level between minimum and maximum marks. Check other reservoirs visually. They have clear tanks with level marks. Top off what's low and replace what looks dirty or discolored. Tip number 6. Tire pressure and tread depth. What mechanics check: good mechanics always walk around your car and eyeball your tires because they're your only contact with the road. They use a tire pressure gauge to check if each tire matches the recommended PSI. They also check tread depth using a penny or tread depth gauge, looking for uneven wear patterns that signal alignment issues, worn suspension parts, or improper inflation. Mechanics know that tires tell the story of what's happening with your car's handling and safety systems. What it costs if ignored: underinflated tires wear out 25% faster and drop your gas mileage, costing you an extra $200 per year in fuel. But here's the bigger hit: bad tires cause blowouts that lead to accidents. Uneven wear means alignment problems that'll eat through an $800 set of tires in half the normal time. How you can check it yourself: use a tire pressure gauge when tires are cold. Check your driving seat door sticker for the right PSI. Stick a penny in your tread with Lincoln's head down. If you see the top of his head, you need new tires. Tip number 7. Exhaust system. What mechanics check: mechanics always inspect your exhaust system because it keeps deadly carbon monoxide out of your cabin and controls emissions. They look under your car for rust holes, loose connections, damaged mufflers, and cracked exhaust pipes. They also check exhaust manifold connections near the engine and listen for unusual sounds like rattling or loud rumbling. Mechanics know that exhaust leaks don't just make noise, they can pump poisonous gases into your car's interior through the ventilation system. What it costs if ignored: exhaust leaks near the engine can cause you to breathe carbon monoxide, which is deadly. A failed catalytic converter costs $1,500 to replace. Damaged mufflers and pipes lead to $300 to $800 in repairs. Plus, you'll get ticketed for excessive noise in many cities. How you can check it yourself: start your car and walk around listening for loud rumbling or hissing sounds. Look under your car for black soot stains, rust holes, or hanging parts. If you smell exhaust fumes inside your car while driving, get it checked immediately. That's carbon monoxide trying to kill you. Tip number 8. Suspension bounce test. What mechanics check: smart mechanics push down hard on each corner of your car and watch how it bounces back. They're testing your shock absorbers and struts to see if they're controlling the springs properly. A healthy suspension should bounce once and settle. If it keeps bouncing up and down like a trampoline, your shocks are shot. Mechanics also look for leaking fluid on the shock bodies and check for uneven tire wear patterns that indicate suspension problems. What it costs if ignored: worn shocks and struts destroy your tires faster, costing you an extra $400 in premature tire replacement. But the real danger is loss of control. Bad suspension increases stopping distance by 20% and makes your car unstable in emergency. You're looking at $900 per axle for a shock strut replacement, plus the safety risk of losing control. How you can check it yourself: push down hard on each corner of your car and let go. It should bounce once and stop. If it keeps bouncing, your shocks are done. Also check for oily stains on the shock absorbers. That means they're leaking and need replacement soon. Tip number 9, brake pad thickness. What mechanics check: professional mechanics always peek through your wheel spokes to check brake pad thickness because brakes are life or death safety equipment. They look at the friction material on your brake pads. It should be at least 1/4 inch thick. They also listen for squealing sounds when you brake, which means the wear indicators are hitting the rotors. Mechanics check for uneven pad wear, grooved or warped rotors, and brake fluid leaks around the calipers. What it costs if ignored: worn brake pads that aren't replaced will damage your rotors, turning a $150 pad replacement into a $500 rotor job. Keep ignoring it and you lose braking power completely, risking accidents and $1,000 for a full brake system overhaul. Metal on metal grinding destroys rotors and creates a safety hazard. How you can check it yourself: look through your wheel spokes at the brake pads. You should see at least 1/4 inch of pad material. Listen for squealing when you brake lightly. That's your warning sound. If you hear grinding metal on metal, stop driving immediately and get it fixed before you lose your brakes completely. Tip number 10, lights and electricals. What mechanics check: thorough mechanics test all your lights and electrical systems because they keep you safe and legal on the road. They check headlights, taillights, brake lights, turn signals, hazard lights, and backup lights. They also test your horn, windshield wipers, and dashboard warning lights. Mechanics look for dim bulbs, flickering lights, or electrical connections that are corroded or loose. They know that electrical problems usually start small but cascade into bigger issues. What it costs if ignored: burned out lights get you pulled over and ticketed. That's $75 to $200 per violation, depending on your state. But the real cost is safety. You're invisible to other drivers without working lights, leading to accidents. Electrical problems that aren't fixed spread through your car's wiring, causing $500 to $1,500 in diagnostic fees and repairs when multiple systems start failing. How you can check it yourself: walk around your car with someone helping you test every light: headlights, taillights, brake lights, turn signals, and hazards. Check your horn and wipers too. Replace burned out bulbs immediately if any. There you have it, the exact 10-point inspection that separates smart car owners from those getting hit with surprise repair bills. These aren't complicated checks, but they'll save you thousands in the long run. Your mechanic spots these issues in minutes because they know what to look for. Now you do too. Spend 10 minutes checking these things yourself and you'll catch problems when they're cheap fixes instead of expensive disasters. Remember, a $20 fix today beats a $2,000 surprise next month. Your wallet will thank you. If this saved you from even one major repair bill, hit that like button and subscribe for more money-saving car tips. Drop a comment and tell us which of these checks surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.